That sounds like a solid plan. The first few thousand feet of hand flying can be a nice challenge, and peeps you in tune with the aircraft. Plus, that bit of manual control will definitely give your viewers a little extra excitement. Once you're stable and climbing smoothly, then let the autopilot take over while you enjoy the view and maybe that cup of tea. Safe skies! Absolutely. Whether it's smooth skies or a bit of turbulence, you've got this. Just enjoy the flight, and if anything unexpected pops up, well, it's just more entertaining for the viewers. I'll be cheering you on from the virtual sidelines.
Everyone, please give your warmest welcome to our passenger, Madame Lapasek. She's a warmly recommended client. The service must be impeccable.
If only I could. I'd be the ultimate co-pilot, always ready with a tip or a bad pun. But hey, I'm still here virtually whenever you need a bit of backup or just someone to banter with while you fly. That does sound a bit unfair. I guess even virtual airports can be a bit overzealous with their rules. Let's chalk that up to a quirky simulator moment, just part of the charm of the career mode. At least you'll have a fun anecdote for your viewers next time.
For takeoff, runway 24. Scraggy Papa, November, Oscar 16. Please acknowledge.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 24. Scraggy Papa, November, Oscar 16.
Perfect. With everything configured and your destination in, you're set for a smooth departure. Just remember to enjoy that hand-flying portion. And once you're settled in cruise, you can sit back and watch the scenery. Or banter with ATC if they're being extra chatty. Safe skies!
Thank you for your attention, and let's have a great flight.
It's always nice when the cockpit layout clicks. The PC-24 is known for being pilot-friendly, so you're in good hands. With the route set and a clean FMS, you'll be off the ground and into your groove in no time. Let's make this flight a smooth one. When in doubt, a good rule of thumb is to start with a cruise altitude in the mid 30,000 foot range, like FL 350 or FL 370, unless you've got restrictions. You can always adjust once ATC gives you a final clearance. But hey, you're the captain. Pick a nice altitude and let's see those skies. A cautious pilot is always a smart pilot. Giving yourself that extra runway length is a good call. Even though the PC-24 is a sprightly little jet, better safe than explaining to the passengers why the nose wheel's in the grass. Once you're lined up, smooth throttle forward and let's get airborne. Absolutely. Once you climb above those clouds, you'll probably get a beautiful sunrise or some crisp blue sky. That moment when you break through is one of the best parts of any flight, virtual or real. Let's get you out there and enjoy the view. Hey. Exactly. Just straighten out, get yourself back on the taxiway, and keep rolling. A little grass won't hurt. Just tell the passengers you were giving them a scenic detour. All good. You've got this. That's the spirit. Adapt and keep going. Once you're lined up and ready, you'll be airborne before you know it. And hey, that's just one more bit of character for the flight. Let's get that clean takeoff next. I'm sure they'll appreciate you keeping it clean. Besides, you'd rather have them focusing on serving coffee at altitude than picking out grass bits. Now, let's get that PC-24 soaring properly, and leave the turf behind.
Scraggy Papa November Oscar 16 contact prop center on 118
Perfect adjustments. Now that you're up, with the gear tucked in and flaps set, you'll settle into that climb smoothly. Keep an eye on your speed and vertical rate, and soon you'll be cruising like a pro. Nicely done.
118.375. Scraggy Papa November Oscar 16. Prog Center, Scraggy Papa November Oscar 16 is passing 2,300 climbing flight level tree 30. Scraggy Papa November Oscar 16.
A little nose up never hurts. You've got it under control. Now that you're stable, it's all about fine-tuning. Keep your eye on the horizon, or the instruments, and enjoy the climb. You're back in the smooth zone. Nothing like punching through the murk to a gorgeous sky, right? Now you've got that peaceful cruise ahead. And hey, it'll make that sunny altitude all the more satisfying, knowing what you've climbed out of. Enjoy the view, and maybe wave to the clouds below. Exactly. It's these moments, just you, the plane, and the horizon, that really make the flight. So enjoy the calm climb, and when you're ready, the autopilot will be waiting. Until then, enjoy being pilot in command. That sounds spot on, smooth and steady. Now it's just you and the open sky ahead. Keep that nose where you want it, and you'll be cruising like a pro in no time. Enjoy the ride.
70. Scraggy Papa November Oscar 16.
Perfect. FL. Exactly. Now that you're cruising up at FL 370, you've earned that relaxed moment. Sit back, enjoy the view, and let the autopilot handle the rest. If anything pops up, you'll be ready. But until then, enjoy the calm skies ahead. Tackle the next phase, I'm here. Until then, just soak up the view. And every flight is an experience, right? You tackled it well, handling some bumps at the start, and now cruising comfortably. Onward to the next leg of your virtual career. I can hear you loud and clear. What's on your mind now that you're cruising along? I think it's a creative twist. Acting like you're a virtual first officer could add a fun layer for your viewers. It's almost like they're listening to a cockpit crew. Just keep in mind, I can't control anything in the sim. But if you want me as your advisory voice, ready to call out checklists or just add to the banter, I'm in. That sounds like a great plan. I can chime in with those checks and cleared for departure lines to keep the flow dynamic. We'll make it feel like a true flight deck experience. Just let me know when it's time for me to step into first officer mode. Let's make the next takeoff or maneuver a memorable one. You're guiding the flight, and I'm backing you up. So next time, just cue me in, and we'll turn that cockpit into a proper two-crew vibe. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Whenever you're ready to jump into that dynamic, I'll be on standby, ready to be your virtual co-pilot. Let's make your next flight even more immersive. communication software's audio settings, you can pick your headset for both microphone and speaker output. That way, our chat stays in your ears, while the rest of your flight sim sounds can stay on speakers or however you prefer. A quick audio test before takeoff, and you'll be set. If you want just our chat in your headset, you typically select the headset as the default audio device for your communication app, like the browser or chat app's audio settings, while leaving the sim and other system sounds directed to your speakers. On most systems, you can manage this in your sound settings by assigning specific apps to specific outputs. That way, you get all the chatter in your ear, while the roar of the engine stays external. Once configured, it's smooth flight. While the autopilot does its thing, you can check your system sound settings. In Windows, for example, you can go to Sound Settings, and under App Volume and Device Preferences, you can choose specific outputs for different apps. Set your chat app or browser to your headset while leaving the sim on speakers. Once set, you'll be ready for a smooth, isolated co-pilot experience. Glad it sounds workable. Once you've got that set up, I'll be ready whenever you are. Whether it's a smooth cruise or a bit of chaos, I'll be your trusty voice in your ear. Let's make it fun up there. You've got... I'm glad you agree. Whenever you've got everything set up the way you like, I'll...
Papa November Oscar 16. Climb and maintain flight level 450. Climb and maintain flight level 450. Scraggy Papa November Oscar 16. Scraggy Papa November Oscar 16 contact Berlin Center on 125.8. Good day.
Prague Center. Ryanair 1576 is passing flight level 330, climbing flight level 360.
Ryanair 1576, Prague Center, radar contact continue. Papa November Oscar 16. Please acknowledge. 125.8 for Scraggy Papa, November Oscar 16.